Hello and welcome back to Foos Entertainment. This time for my review of Antman. This is the 3D version, as you can see. I believe this is a 2000 and let's see. Give me a date here. Give me a date. 2015 movie. Yeah. So Antman from 2015. Well, this is one of my favorite ones in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because it's different. Gotten so used to having Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America movies that we haven't had a chance to really have standalone movies have better characters. And this right here was a breath of fresh air for me. That said, I love all the films I've seen before this. They're very good. But Ant-Man was definitely a great movie for me. I really enjoyed it. This is the one 3D film that I have that unfortunately does not contain IMAX 3D sequences in the movie. And that's very different considering the fact that all the other 3D films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the direct universe that is, have actually had IMAX 3D sequences in the movie. This one doesn't. It's complete, non-stop, really 3D movie. It's also the second and only of two movies in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe which is shot in 185 by 1 widescreen. Every other movie is shot in 240 by 1 widescreen. Well, let's go into the plot of the movie. We come across Scott Lang. He was played by Paul Rudd, who is getting released from prison for felony charges of being a thief. So he was very good at stealing things and he did his time. So he's getting released from a federal prison. And he goes out in the road and he gets a job at some ice cream, fast food ice cream type of thing. I just say this ice cream shop, there's no fast food at it. And, well, his criminal record, he gets a job with him. And he gets fired. And no job means he can't see his daughter. So he has custody battles with his ex-wife with. And his daughter adores him, of course. He has trouble with being able to see her and interact with her. And his friends that he has, who he's had even in his criminal days, are trying to convince him to break into somebody's safe and steal something. Well, desperate for money so that he could, pay child support so that he can see his daughter, he takes on the job. Now, what he doesn't know is that it's all a setup by the scientist that worked for S.H.I.E.L.D., which I forget his name. I'm sorry, I always forget names of co-characters in this movie. In these movies, it's something I can't get by. Because I'm such a busy guy, I have a hard time getting in front of a camera to review these movies. I don't review the movies after I watch them directly. So I do the best I can, but I think I do a pretty good job. This doctor worked with S.H.I.E.L.D. and he created the Ant-Man suit. And the suit is powered by this sort of serum. It comes in things about this big. And it has the ability to shrink you down in size or blow you up into normal size or larger than normal size. And well, he had a wife, and they both had this suit, and they were agents for S.H.I.E.L.D., and basically he lost his wife. She went into this great beyond, into this different realm of sorts. I forget what they call it. But you guys know what I'm talking about. And basically, he turned his back on it all. And so he actually sent around a rumor about this guy who has this big stash in his house, blah, 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 blah. And it got to Scott and his friends' attention. So he goes in there, only discovers it's the suit. So he takes the suit, doesn't go empty-handed. And then he gets arrested for breaking his parole. Then he escapes with the suit because he turns and decides to have an ant with the suit. And then he finds out what's going on, and well, the doctor and his daughter, who is our future Wasp character, they want him to break into the Pentagon or something. Whoever's responsible for recreating the Ant-Man technology, he wants him to break in there with the Ant-Man suit and spoil their plans, so they can't. So they can keep the research out of the hands of people that could exploit it in a bad way. Well, the villains find out about this. They have their own suit and prototype. And of course, in the end, Scott has to use the Ant-Man suit abilities to protect his daughter and to battle it off with our main villain, who is a amateur scientist who wants to steal and exploit the Ant-Man suit's creators' research. Found him out with his own far more advanced suit, and eventually he does quantum realm. Yeah, quantum realm. He does go into the quantum realm and takes the guy with him. The guy disintegrates, I believe, and then he comes back out of the quantum realm, which of course leads into the storyline of the future Ant-Man movie, which I have yet to watch because I'm doing that this week. What I like about this movie so much is the fact that it has so much comedy in it. I mean, it's funny, it's adventurous, it's science fiction-like. It's the 3D in this movie is amazing. Really good 3D in this movie. Now let's go and talk about the audio and video quality of the movie. This one is not so warm temp. It's actually driven more towards neutral and cool temp. In other words, it's still digital looking, but it's a much brighter movie than the vast majority of the films that came before it in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is kind of a cool thing of fresh air for me. Audio quality. The sound is not starting to deteriorate too much in this movie. I have to say that the decibel blast levels are still properly used in this one. Now, it does take approximately, I might say, two movies past this in the direct Marvel Cinematic Universe that are produced by Disney before the sound starts to degrade a bit with whoever's responsible for the audio of these movies in the post-production stage intentionally turning down the dramatic blast levels for each channel, making it sound like you have your dramatic range control turned all the way up while watching the movie. I think that's the best way to describe how modern ones are, but that's not the case with this one. This one has some very good sound in it. There's very, very good sound in this movie. Lots of good effects flying around, good direction. Lots of good things to say about this movie when it comes to the audio. Good use of the sound. Now, my opinion of this compared to the rest of the films. This one, like I said, it stands out on its own. What's cool about Ant-Man is you can just watch this movie on its own. It's not really all that related. There's a post-credit sequence that has to do with the that shows a scene from Civil War. But that's it. And that's only because, of course, obviously Ant-Man returns in Captain America Civil War. That's all he does with his credit sequence of the movie. I could definitely say I just really enjoyed. Oh yeah, think back. There's a second post-credit sequence in the movie as well. When the scientist, our main doctor, played by Michael Douglas, goes ahead. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention. Michael Douglas plays this guy named guy. I know his first name is Hank, but I can't quite figure out his last name. I can't think of it. But he's the scientist who created the Antman suit. Well, he shows the wasp suit prototype to his daughter, who was, like I said before earlier, is one of the main characters in the movie. And he talks about how we originally made this suit as a prototype, but for your mom, but she's not around. I now figured out the suit was made for you. And so that's sort of a tease to, of course, obviously, 2018's Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is the sequel to this movie. Although it does take place post all these other movies. But, yeah. And I just really enjoyed this movie. I just really thought it worked out pretty well. And it's kind of cool to have this character. Now, my theory about why Ant-Man's not in Avengers Infinity War, which I can tease out right now a little bit, though I haven't gotten to Infinity War yet. All Ant-Man would have to do is shrink down to the size of an ant and have some sort of metal object on him or something, and just push the mini stones out of Thanos' gauntlet. And that would be it. And so I think that's why Ant-Man wasn't actually in Infinity War. Just a little theory. But he definitely is in Endgame, so looking forward to that. Well, that's my views on 2015's Ant-Man 3D. Hope you enjoyed, and now we'll see you guys next time for my review of Captain America Civil War, which is also in 3D. Until then.